Yeah, it says, please know if your spot is not secure, you may lose it.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet you if somebody comes in and is like, hey, if you don't hear from this guy in like 2 weeks, I'll pay right now and for the whole season, and I'll take that spot.
Well, if Duke doesn't care, I was going to ask him first for his blessing, but if for some reason Highline loses somebody, I may jump in with them just to maybe help them.
Oh, that's fine, dude.
You know?
Absolutely.
And really, honestly, that's really because I'll be honest, I haven't been on here, so I haven't really been running any races where I could even connect with anybody and say, hey, you guys want to come run a league in Xfinity, you know?
Right.
Well, that's the thing with the announcement. They didn't give any leeway, like any time. Just pushed into it, and it got chaotic. You know what I mean? Like, if you had shit planned out in the works, well, guess what? It's whatever.
Well, I think from a business standpoint, they're trying to get people locked in so that we're not going into Daytona and that with, not full car counts.
Well, they never ran in the non-full counts with Xfinity and trucks. Well, even Cup, it's just fishing out the year.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, this past season, they did a really good job of keeping the car counts because the first season of last year, like once we got into the playoffs, like that's what killed me was the fact that we didn't have enough car counts to compete. So you couldn't make up any points, where this past season, you had to race your ass off to keep going because we had consistent car counts every week. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. It's always a growing pain.
Like, I don't know why we're going back to COTA.
I mean, it's
I
driver's track.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'll tell you something on your dick.
I mean, I won a truck race there. In fixed, which was very hard to do.
Well, they took my suggestion, which was really good, and they the halfway caution.
Oh, are we doing that at COTA?
All road courses have a halfway caution.
Interesting. I didn't know. I guess I missed that part.
Because I brought it up to them. I said, well, you get off track and you have like just a small skirmish, your race is over.
Yeah, but the other side is, that's road course racing, But I see what you're saying, though. Kind of even it up a little bit.
I think it'd make it more. Because think about it, COTA and the trucks. I know Corey, when he ran trucks, we only pitted once. And that was halfway.
Yeah, it was. Because I ran with you guys that night at Watkins.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Watkins. Driving one arm like you. Tell you what, that Armco's not forgiving. Once you get into it, you're not getting out of it.
Hey, I'm making baby steps. I can reach my shifter. I can push it forward. I just can't pull it back. So
now, a question I wanted to ask you for the last week. In that demo derby, did you stuff me out there and hold the brake so I couldn't get out, or you couldn't just put it in reverse?
No, I couldn't put it in reverse. That's the problem.
That's what I figured.
Honestly,
I was so mad.
I was watching. I was like, if Bo's doing this on purpose, oh my god.
No, Rob texted me and said, Bo, fuck me.
No. So honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna run any more of the demo derbies because I can't if I get spun around, I can't shift. So it's like I have to stop and then shift and then reach over and hit my buttons. No, I felt like shit because I'm like, I can't move. Like I'm trying to get the hell out of the way. I can't go anywhere.
The thing I don't understand is we shortened it by 10 minutes. And I still ran out of fuel.
Somebody still ran out of fuel. I don't understand that.
Well, even
wasn't-
Corey ran out of fuel the truck again.
Well, he ran out, what, Corey, 13 laps in? 23 laps in?
Who was that?
You.
I ran out lap 51. There was still like 12 minutes to go, 11 minutes to go, and I was out.
Yeah, because Daniel Keith ran out. I got tipped off and I was putting it.
So 50. So you ran out on 51 laps. Were you pretty balls to the wall all 51 laps?
Pretty much. I mean, there was a couple times I slowed down, flipped, whatever, but for the most part, I was balls to the wall. I mean, there wasn't.
So if we shorten it to just 45 laps, that should cover everybody, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because I led, what, 95?
Well, and I'll tell you what, I would like to still try a limited late model or pro late model and see how that does with flipping cars, because the truck can be a little tough at times.
Okay, well let's set that up this week. I'll put a thing in Discord and just ask everybody.
I think a limited late model because it's way easier to handle, Corey.
Right. I just want to see if having the nose low to the ground like that just scoops the car better and just lifts it off the ground, you know?
Instead of running people over.
Well, it's just like if a car's flipped at the right angle, it's like, right, I'm like a monster truck and I just crush them. It's like, what the fuck? Well, I'll see you back in a minute.
Wow.
Hold on.
Hang on, I'm in a fence.
Well, what if we raced Legends? I kept the truck.
And you would run over them then for sure.
I would definitely run you over.
Yeah, but you can still flip them over in the process.
Well,
Yeah, and over and over and over.
yeah, you're gonna kick the truck up and just you're gonna keep putting the truck in the wall.
We'll look at that though.
I think a sturdy vehicle that's meant for dirt that can get under the cars. is huge.
I'm still telling you guys, when we're gonna do that fun race, the Pro Force at the Charlotte infield race would be super fucking crazy and fun.
20 laps to go, next time by.
How I did a Pro 2 race at Bristol, and you had to draft. The shit was nuts.
Working the bottom.
No, I would have ran out of fuel regardless.
4. Clear
The
if
boat
needed.
didn't get me
Doing
stuck.
a great job, but
Yeah,
doing awesome.
that was not my
Inside.
intent. I would never.
I was like, bow, bow, bow.
No,
In and
no.
out. One outside.
No.
Corey's there laughing.
15.6, 5, 2. That's it, my man.
You don't even know what I wasn't even laughing on the mic. I was in tears, dude, because I'm watching the whole thing and I'm just like, Rob is getting fucking
Inside. Clear.
held back so bad right now.
Because
He's gonna
Bo's
be
stuck in the
pissed.
corner.
9.
And I just see him, Rob,
5.
yell, "Bo, fucking move!"
Well, yeah. How do you think I feel? I'm his fucking teammate.
Oh, I
I can't get the hell out of here. Like, what
He's
the?
like,
I
what
cannot
the
get out of here.
I was like, fuck, I got put in the corner pocket.
15.4.
Not the
3,
worst
4.
place to get put. I can't get out.
Yeah,
Like-
because we were stuffed into that pit opening. Where we?
Yeah, the outside exit. I'm
Yeah.
smashing Bo. Just keep smashing him like, Bo, move.
15.2. 4. 8.
No.
Yeah. No,
That-
that's my Achilles heel, to be honest with you, with this thing. If I can stay straight and keep going, I'm fine. But I can't get turned back around, like trying to shift all the way down and go, and then trying to get to reverse is just
Doing good job.
It's just
bud.
hell.
Smooth.
Well, you know, I was that
Clear, clear,
dominant
clear.
that I didn't finish the last 3 minutes. I still finished third.
yeah, I know.
15.1. 1.
Yeah, that was insane. No, I'm probably not gonna run any more of those, only because I don't know. I'm like I can't be competitive, so I kind of feel like I'm kind of more in the way.
15.0.
So.
8.
Oh, smart though. I didn't throw this headset.
Plus the 2 times I've qualified towards the front of the pack, and like
Jesus,
I don't
dude,
make it
I'm
the
not
first
proud.
lap, and I end up a lap down. So I'm like, all right, well this sucks.
15.3. 8.
Corey knows I learned my lesson that one time.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The demolition race, you're best to start back. Let everybody kill themselves the first 2
Right.
laps and just pass by them and go.
Well, that's what happened when I qualified up front with
Come on now. Come on. Time to go, baby.
Casey's boy dumped me. Lap 1, turn 1. That's why I don't qualify.
15.249.
And everybody's like, "Oh, Rob Salater, kill him! Rob Salater, kill him!" Like, what the fuck, guys? What the fuck?
That's why I thought Bo was keeping you in there. I thought he was just trying to fuck with you.
That's what I thought.
No.
Like,
You can
but
ask
then when
Duke.
but then when he wasn't getting out, I'm like, oh no.
No, I was legitimately stuck. No.
15.626.
But it's like 3 minutes later, 3 minutes to go, and Jack Canessa's like, "All right, start spotting your entry." And I'm like, "What?"
Well, it's even freaking worse when it's your teammate. I mean, you're sitting there like, trying to get the hell out of it. And
That sucked.
yeah, I'm sure the other people on the other teams, you know, they can't say that wasn't trying to help the leader win, because I sure as hell wasn't trying to hold him up. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I was not trying to hold you up or cost you a race.
I wasn't even thinking that you couldn't shift in reverse. That never even crossed my mind.
And the problem is with the way I have the clutch setting, I have to be totally stopped for it to be able to shift to reverse, because I'm using the buttons.
Oh, yep. I get you.
It was like 4 days later. I'm like just daydreaming. I'm like, "Well, shit. I probably shouldn't have been mad. You probably couldn't shift."
I mean, you can always just call me out and ask me. I would have been honest with you.
What did you notice?
He was gonna let it stew for a minute.
Oh yeah. I was so mad. I exited out. Did you see how fast I exited out? I was like,
I know. I was like, where the fuck did you go?
15.214.
I text Duke. I'm like, "Bo, just fuck me."
He did. It was funny. I was like, what happened?
One more time.
Well, so tell you guys, this is my setup. What I'm running. I've got the, you know, the Club Sport Universal Hub, the V2.
Yeah.
So I literally have on the top right, the RSB and RB is my shift up and down.
Go high.
Oh, jeez.
So I literally start with 4 fingers dead center of the steering wheel, and then I have my thumb can reach those, and then once I shift up, I have enough movement with the right hand that I can grip the wheel and slide my left hand around to center, or I can move it 90 degrees to the left where I can grab the wheel and turn it. And then coming to pit road, I'm trying to slide my hand back up to shift down. So I'm doing all my shifting off those 2 buttons.
Power to
Gotcha.
you.
So
Well,
yeah,
Duke, that was a hell of a time for the number 10 to bite it.
Oh man, wasn't it though?
Oh shit.
Terrible.
Imagine that. You got second place locked up and you lose it in turn 4. Ouch.
Ooh, 305s in Bristol.
I was going to ask Duke, hey, I was reading your thread there with that guy earlier. What do you guys think about that deal with what he was saying about the auto shift settings affecting the shift times?
I mean, it definitely
If you're
does.
good, it might fucking make a difference, but I'm not any good, so.
It's really just the auto clutch is what, if between that and the auto blip, you're talking, I think you're talking like 2/10.
I see. I run that shit last 2 seasons. I don't see a difference.
It really is just it's the restart, and it's really only at certain places. But again, I mean, you have to have the talent to be able to make use of it too.
But
Exactly right.
but like for you guys to have the H pattern or sequential, yeah, I can understand. But for somebody to use a clutch and paddle shifts, that's just fucking stupid.
Nah, yeah, I would just stick with the paddle shifts.
Like,
But the guy's brand new too. Like he doesn't know, so.
Right.
But you know, but I really like what you said, Dave, and that's a true point. Like, you know, somebody asks a simple question, and you got all these trolls out there
People
beat
just
people
get
up, and it's like,
dude.
it's
That
like
place is a fucking
It's
toxic.
as
oh
fuck.
yeah. Well, Duke knows. Now we tag each other to get that cheat post.
Oh, trust me, Rob. I saw you trolling somebody the other day. I was like, oh my god. I don't know I can't remember now what it was about, but
I'm like, Duke, can you help this guy?
But honestly, though, what Duke was saying in that thread earlier was, you know, that's an opportunity to pull people to our group.
That's exactly right.
Running on the bottom.
He joined our group.
Oh, the Blaze guy?
Yep.
Inside. Still
Well, I mean,
inside,
think about it.
even
I
up.
mean, Dave, you and I were throwing stuff off of
Still
each other
inside.
before we met
Inside
anybody
clear.
from any of these groups.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't know what the hell we were doing.
0.986.
I mean, you know, it's all part of learning.
That's why it's like I know everybody's shitting on Andrew running the races with a controller. It's like I was on the fucking controller for 3 months. I know.
Yeah,
get
but
it.
you weren't cocky, a little fucker either.
I don't feel like he's cocky.
Oh, dude. He is a cocky little bastard.
Yeah, I haven't really heard many cocky comments from him.
Yeah,
I think
think
he's
he's
quirky.
eccentric maybe or quirky.
Right.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten a cocky vibe, but I don't know.
Oh, no, he's chilled out. It's the first one.
Clear him.
Hey, at least I tell you what, he's not as cocky as Brandon Key, because I got an ass full of Brandon Key for half the truck race the other night, and that's part of why I got knocked out of it. But that's a whole nother situation.
It's better than me in FEG race.
You know, that's the only disappointing thing about the race Friday night for the St. Jude's thing is seeing FEG on there and not the Rat Pack stuff. But
Outside.
Sorry.
it's all good.
Still out there. Clear.
At least it's for a good cause. So
Duke and Mosby got caught in a wreck before the trial, and I swear to God they're staying low, so I stayed inside, and all of a sudden I'm dead.
I don't understand how this guy is fucking a half a second faster than I am. I mean, wide open is wide open. Like Jesus.
where you guys running at?
Yeah, but sometimes
Bristol in the
wide open
305s.
isn't great because you're spinning.
The trick here,
Car in
Duke,
front
is
of
you
you on
gotta
the
catch that groove. You gotta catch like the very bottom groove, like right before it turns to flat or semi-flat.
All right, Duke and the boys. I gotta jump off.
All right, man.
All
Good
right.
night.
I'm
Catch ya.
probably gonna have a huge argument this meeting tomorrow, so I gotta get some sleep.
How much was that raffle? $100?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Man, hell yeah.
She's
16.155. Going in front of you. Stay on the top side.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure when shit shows up, I'm dead. So
Well, you better get yourself in the bedroom then and make do for what you need to do.
16.215.
meow. Yeah. Just, I got an email from Sim Racing Hardware. It's 3 to 4 weeks until I get that button box.
2.
Nice.
I know my freaking mic and mixer are stuck in goddamn
outside.
Indiana from the
Outside clear.
storms they got last week.
Slow car on the bottom.
Yeah, I'll probably order another headset.
16.149. Down on the bottom. It's on the bottom.
I like mine now that I bought an extra cable for it, and I haven't had any more problems.
Well, I was just smart enough to keep my old
16.006.
headset.
Well, I found the 4/10.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a hell of a lap right there.
Outside. Still out there.
Alright, no, boys.
All right, man.
16.114.
See you in the chat in the
Still
morning.
there.
All right.
See, buddy.
Yeah, if you can set that front left tire like just right before you hit the groove, it just like hooks and goes.
16.07.
Ooh, like that right there. Ooh, ho, ho, ho.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what you need to do.
Well, that's not what I need to do.
Inside. Clear, clear, clear. Good job.
Oh, nope.
I'll probably jump off here in a couple minutes. It just feels good to chat and get some laps
Oh, yeah.
in.
Oh, your family's beautiful, bud, by the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank
You
you.
did a good job.
We had a hell of a time Saturday night, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we both my kids got awards. It was an award assembly for our martial arts thing, and then they gave my wife an award, and we got Family of the Year, which I don't know why they gave it to us, but I mean we do a lot for the martial arts group. But they asked me to be the red carpet interviewer, so I was interviewing all the people winning awards. So,
Oh, that's cool.
It was awesome, man. I had a hell of a good time. So we did. We had a good time. But well, you got a beautiful family too, man. I appreciate it. I'll tell you what, man. I have my moments when I do miss sometimes being at the racetrack and being at the big level. But you know, when I put my kids to bed at night, I don't miss it.
Yeah, it makes it worth it not being there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things. Is like, well, you know, if you were gonna go big time with the deal, you were gonna have to sacrifice all that stuff.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't know, man. I look at my kids and I think, man, what if? But
yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back from NASCAR. I talked to the Truck Series director the other day. He's like, man, they're just slow right now. There's so much focus on Daytona and getting it by them.
yeah, I'm sure. So what's your plan there? You're just gonna kind of do a few races or whole season?
No, 15.
15?
Yeah, 12 to 15. It's a part-time gig.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I might not even get it. You never know.
Yeah, it'd be fun, man. I'm telling you,
especially now since like they don't travel on Wednesdays anymore. They don't get home on saying so. Like they all travel out on Fridays, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 15 times out of the year. That's doable.
Yeah, it ain't like it was 15 years ago.
Hell no, dude. We'd leave on Wednesdays and not get home till Monday afternoon.
Jesus.
Oh, I know. That's why I just made me think of that last night when I was joking about like the Charlotte race in 04 there, where there's 57 cars going for 43 spots, and I'm like, people don't realize like we literally would like travel Wednesday. The garage would open Thursday morning at 5 a.m.
Yep.
And if you remember, like Thursdays we would tech, Fridays we would run 2 practice sessions.
Oh yeah. And qualify.
And qualify, and then we would wait till Saturday to race. There was no impound deal then.
Yep.
16.2.
Not to mention the competition between the teams was a hell of a lot more. I wonder if some of these guys now would know what it's like to go to Bristol and have to park your hauler, bring your hauler in, unload all of your shit, then take your hauler outside, and if you don't make the race, then you have to sit there,
stay there and watch the whole fucking thing.
watch the whole race, and then when everybody else is done loading your shit, then you get to load yours. That is the worst slap in the face ever.
Yeah, it's the worst nut kick ever, dude. I guess I'll run this.
Dave, did you see the video of Rick Ware yesterday?
I did not see the video of him.
Dude, I don't know if it's his Tourette's starting to catch up to him, or he was like swaying and dancing in the stands as that 15 car was making his way up through the field.
Was it you that was, were you with us when we, where were we at? New Hampshire maybe is where it was, where he was fucking, singing in the car on the way to the track?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god, dude, he was, that's when we got that coffee that they never changed the fucking, like, it was the cleaner that they put, like, the cleaner water that they put in, like, and Rick got us coffee, and I'm like, I took a drink, I was like, this is fucking awful. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, but then later he's like, hey, did that coffee taste weird this morning? I was like, yeah, it was terrible, Rick, it was awful. He's like, yeah, I wonder what that was. I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's when we went to New Hampshire, and yeah. Corey, everybody talks about these new chassis, okay, so one of our best cars that we had at Rick's shop in 2004 was a 1997 chassis
Yep.
Jesus.
that had been rebodied over and over and over again. But the chassis had never been bent or wrecked. But, I mean, you remember that car, Dave. We took that thing to New Hampshire.
We took it everywhere. Pikes Peak, everywhere.
Well, that's the car that IRP, do you remember Dana White wrecked our primary car? And Stan made the show with that damn car as a starting park, and we raced, and that's the race that Michael Waltrip come over the radio and was bitching for us to move out of the way, and Stan said, I'm on the lead lap, shut the fuck up, Michael Waltrip, I'm going to race your ass all the way to the house. That was at IRP, remember, because we had to drag the pool boxes through the dirt. Yep. Well, New Hampshire was fun, man. We had a good time. We made that race.
Yep.
That was a fun race. We had a good time at New Hampshire. For showing up with a frickin' almost 10-year-old chassis.
I gotta ask, was the coffee from a Dunkin's?
No, it was McDonald's.
Oh,
Really?
McDonald's. I don't know what the hell.
They didn't clean the, like, oh, it was awful.
No, because Dunkin's around here is famous for that. I can't tell you how many I go to early in the morning and they don't clean out the freaking cleaning water, and it's like
it's like a
nasty.
saline solution or something.
Oh God.
I don't know what Rick's fascination was with McDonald's coffee.
It's not bad. I mean,
what was he was singing that she was shaking.
Just
pounding the fucking dashboard, dude. I was like, what are you doing?
Did I ever tell you what we did to him in 05?
No.
So we went out for oh shit. We went out for the test at Infineon. We took that Mexican kid out there for the test. And
Eddie?
Jose Ramirez.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He still races in the Mexican series. I still keep up with him on Facebook. But we went to this Mexican restaurant afterwards, and Rick's wife and sister went out there with us. Well, we took Rick's wife and his sister out. Rick didn't want to go out, so he went back to the motel, and we took his wife and sister out and got them trashed. We went bar hopping in San Francisco with his wife and sister.
Oh God.
Well, we showed back up at the motel at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we had to drag his wife Lisa out of the van.
Oh,
and we're beat. So we beat on Rick's door. We're like, this is the San Francisco Police Department. Mr. Ware, you need to come out here. Rick comes walking out with his boxers. Dude, we had to drag Lisa into the motel room. It was so bad.
Hilarious.
She made him drive her ass to LA to get on a plane to fly home because she would not fly home with us from San Francisco.
God.
It was bad. And the worst part about it is the sponsor we had there, he started funding Rick's team for a little bit, but he lived out there in Nevada, which is like huge money. Like they're one of the highest per income capitas in California. Well, his niece was part of us going out. She knew all the bars and shit to go to. It was a bad night. 16.338. We had a good time with it. Well, Dave, you were with us when we crashed that bachelorette party out there in Colorado, right?
There's a good chance of that.
Weren't you with us at Pikes Peak?
Yeah, there are a lot of those days that are pretty hazy.
It was you. You were with me, Dan, Ray. I know it was you. We went out.
I remember Ray.
Do you remember Rick's guy that worked for him and then moved out there to Colorado, and he took us out to that freaking bar, and it was that bachelorette party, and we got into those redheaded slut drinks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, yeah.
So, and Corey, you don't even want to know, Dave sings a mean karaoke.
Oh, I can imagine.
I do.
Yeah, that was at Watkins Glen. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
I took Dave out to a bar up in upstate New York with all the people I used to work with in New York. And we got Dave up there singing Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, God.
Drunk as shit. I mean, it was shit. We were all fucking shit-faced. Well, yeah, because you remember, so it wasn't. Was it you or Ray that was doing burnouts with the damn van in the parking lot?
That could have been me. Could have been Ray, but it could have been me too.
I don't know. I still remember your gold color Crown Vic though.
Oh yeah.
Slowing on the bottom, real slow.
Oh.
That's good shit.
I'm surprised
Stay
that thing
at the bottom,
ran
stay at the
after the
bottom.
thousands of
Go
gallons
high.
of leaded 110
Fuel.
race fuel
Oh
we
my
put
god,
in it.
dude. We would, cause back then, Corey, they would let you take your dump cans home full of fuel.
Really?
And so when we get back to the shop, we'd empty the dump cans into the big 55-gallon drum.
0,
Yep.
1.
Well, I'd fucking just quit buying fuel and just kept filling my Crown Vic up with race gas.
Yep, you and me both. Because my
Every
99...
night we'd get back. Yeah, we'd get back to the shop and be like, "I fucking wheel that drum over here. I need some gas."
Side.
So Corey, to give you an idea, up until
5, clear.
I don't know, shit, they let us do this all the way till 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
They didn't care how much fuel you took. So what we used to do was after like the last pit stop, we would send the fuel guy back to the pumps and they would fill the dump can or the fuel cans back up. And literally, we used to have our truck drivers go and fuel up all of our catch cans. So literally, I'm telling you, and we would pack both cars full of fuel, and that's
What do
when
you
we
think
had
we can do
the,
with your
was it
car?
18 or 20 gallon fuel cells?
22.
22s. That was before we got cut to the 13s. And so literally, like, we would come home with like 50 gallons of fuel.
Holy shit.
We had drums at the race shop, and literally on Monday morning, those of us that ran cars without converters, we would all back our shit up and fill them up. And I'll tell you what, in 2008, when NASCAR switched to that 98 octane, the non-leaded stuff, I can tell you when we were running Randy's deal, dude, we were bringing back 30, 40 gallons a week.
Green flag.
And we were just filling our cars Monday mornings.
It's a hell of a perk.
Well, they didn't care. I
Oh,
mean, they
no.
would bring a semi-load full of fuel, and the less they had to haul back, the better. So
Oh, yeah.
we would fill all of our jerry cans, and we had a 55-gallon drum in Randy McDonald's hauler. We had a 55-gallon drum. We used to fill that sumbitch every week at the track.
That's awesome.
And after the last green flag pit stop, we would send our fuel guy back and fill up all 3 fuel cans.
Jeez.
Checker
Oh,
flag.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun times back in the day.
I was going to say, back in the day is always the best.
It's a lot of good memories, though, man. We all had a hell of a lot of fun.
Yes.
They don't get to do as much of that stuff now, I don't think.
No, man. Pee Wee, like when I met Pee Wee the other day up at, or last couple years ago in Vegas, when I was having dinner with him, man, like some of the new guys had come out with him, and it was funny because they're sitting there, and Pee Wee, I guess he was already drunk, but he just realized that he'd been telling stories like to all these young guys. He's like, God damn, he's like, this is Dookie. You remember all them stories I tell you? And the guys look at me like, you're a fucking lunatic. And I was like, yeah, that's just how we ran back in the day. Like, we just did things different.
Yeah, I don't know if you could get away a lot. Like, I remember, like, we got kicked out of Harris in Vegas, the outside bar, for doing, like, I don't know. We got in
the
a
emergency room.
Yeah.
We were in Bristol
mean-
one night, and the hotel was doing like some remodels, and for whatever reason, they left all the ceramic tile or the ceramic porcelain, whatever, sink basins in a ditch, and the electric cowboy was in between our hotel and the fucking and that ditch. Well, me, Pee Wee, and Todd Schultz closed that bitch down. It was like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we come back over that ditch, and the dude fell, and Todd slipped and cut his arm, like his wrist, where you don't want to cut it, long ways. And he's just gushing blood, and I was like, "Oh God!" I ripped Pee Wee's shirt off and tied a tourniquet on his arm. The ambulance got there. Pee Wee jumps in the ambulance with him. I grabbed the keys to the fire truck, the NASCAR fire truck, and the cop's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Where do you think you're going?" I was like, "Hey, my buddy." He's like, "Are you sure you're okay to drive?" I said, "Are you going to tell anybody I'm coming?" He said, "Go get your buddy." I was like, "That's what I fucking thought." I mean, just absolutely hammered. And so we're cruising. I get to the hospital, and I walk in and Pee Wee's coming out, and he's like, you know how like in grade school or high school when you walk through a door, you jump up and slap the door header.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like I walk in, these doors swing open, and Pee Wee's is strutting out here with no shirt on, and he jumps up and hits the door head. He said, "Let's get the fuck out of here." I said, "Let's go." So we jumped back in the fire truck after we figured out Todd was going to be all right, and we didn't get back till like 7 o'clock in the morning. We were supposed to be at the track at 7:30, and that was not a good day.
No. Well, I can remember, Ray, the one morning, I can't remember what the hell time we rolled back in, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, went to racetrack, and of course you remember Dan Kalanda.
Oh
and
man.
and Dan's like, it was hot. I mean, it was hot. And Dan's like, Jesus, guys. I was like, what? He's like, how much liquor did you drink? He's like, that's all I could smell. You guys are sweating. And it's all I could smell is liquor.
If Dan can smell anything over himself, it was bad.
Yeah, I know. Nah, Dan was a good guy, though, man.
Great guy, absolute great guy. I still talk to him every now and then on Facebook.
Yeah, I do too. Him and I used to, well, they always used to put me and Dan together traveling. When I worked at Randy's, Randy always used to put me and Dan together rooming. And of course, I don't know if you know this or not. So, um, I never knew this till Dan and I started working together. So Dan's father actually worked with my grandfather building the highways through upstate New York.
Oh, that's cool.
And then Dan used to work with my uncle. So then when we started working together at Rick's, we put 2 and 2 together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it was kind of like our families had a history together. We just never knew it. But yeah, I remember Dan, boy, he would smile and his teeth, it was like, oh, Dan, dude.
The man didn't wear deodorant, man.
No, and his teeth were not much left of them either.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It'd be like, 5 o'clock in the morning, we're getting up to go to the track. You figure you're pretty fresh most days. Nah, nope. Just already stinking. It's like, come on.
Ugh.
Good
I
luck,
don't know, it wasn't
everybody.
as bad as Stan, though. That guy would hold a shit for hours.
Pit road closed.
Yeah.
And then he'd stink up the van. You'd be driving along like, oh my God, dude. Like, really?
Let's
I
see
don't
if
know,
can do
man.
good in this 305 race. It's 25 laps.
Seems short.
Yeah. 16 and a half seconds a lap, basically, is what it's going to average out to.
Did you guys see where Brad Keselowski's brother Brian's selling all of his dad's stuff?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, all the trophies, all that stuff. Which I don't know,
Weird.
did you? I mean, you probably knew their dad pretty good, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah, I worked up there. I built 3 trucks.
We are having a hard time hearing you. If you can get that mic a little bit closer
Yeah.
to your mouth.
I mean, I was always around him in the
Maybe help us
Xfinity
a little
garage.
bit.
His
Yeah,
dad was
actually,
always
Let it go.
awesome.
Probably the best truck I ever built. The best thing I ever built. It was for one of them. Deborah Renshaw finished, I think, 11th on the lead lap at Michigan in that thing.
Wow.
That was a good truck.
I had a buddy of mine that tried to get me forever to go up to Thor Sport when Kerry Earnhardt was up there, and I just couldn't
Man,
do
that
it.
guy's got all kinds of
Double
money.
check
You
your
should
steering
see
wheel,
their
get a good
horse
look at your
farm in
twitches.
Shelbyville,
You're ready to
Tennessee.
go here, buddy.
I
Oh,
didn't
the
know that they
horse
had
sport
a big
owners?
horse. Yeah, I didn't know they had a big horse barn.
Pace
Yeah,
car's
they're
off.
huge in
Big
that
man, do your
stuff.
job. Ready? Green flag.
Yeah, that was my last deal working with Rick Ware, was when I built a car for Kerry Earnhardt, and to go to Texas in 09, I built a
Clear
car.
him.
It was one of the last cars I built was for Kerry,
Clear, clear, clear.
and then they put his son
19.603.
in a car to go to Dover, and I don't know, I couldn't be a part of the Earnhardt legacy knowing that they weren't gonna be very good.
Right.
And Kerry's a hell of a guy. I love him.
16.3.
One of the nicest guys I ever worked with. I don't know. I was already having problems with my shoulder then, and my neck then, and I don't know. It's hard to. I didn't want to be on the failing end with the Earnhardts. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's one of the last cars I built. Was for Carrie. And that was at the time too when, if you remember, GM came out and said that they wouldn't back any more push cars. So we lost the engine deal. We had an engine deal lined up with RCR and everything, and that's when GM came out and said that they weren't allowed to back any teams anymore. But that's when we had Paul Andrews over there as a crew chief. Paul's a nice guy. I mean, he's super nice, but I don't know. It just wasn't going to be a good deal.
Still there. You're clear. Inside. Still there at your door. Inside. At your door. Still there at your door. Clear. 16.452.
Man, that rhythm of that green car up in front of there got me screwed up, and I left the inside open.
Are you spotting for him, Corey?
Just, I hope not, because I'm about 15 seconds behind what he's doing right now. So
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm excited for our Cup team. I think we got a hell of a Cup team for SRN, man.
Well, what's going to help us is running this 100% league too to get a feel for the car, because I feel like, well, at the same time, the setup's going to be so different compared to what we'll run for fixed. But
You guys realize how much of an opportunity we have running with this dynamic stuff?
oh my god,
I mean, because that Christian CC, his
16.314.
W2s were made by iRacing.
Right.
He works for iRacing. He was
Oh,
a
I know.
pro a couple years ago, but we got a hell of an opportunity to run with these guys.
yep,
It's awesome.
yeah, I want to learn from these guys big time.
Well, and I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I feel like shit because I haven't been involved with much over the past couple months. But
Oh, no.
You had surgery, bro.
You got
What
one
are you
arm
gonna do?
still.
Yeah, what are you
hey,
gonna do?
I've been doing pretty damn good with one arm.
No, you have, absolutely.
Better than me. Fuck, I probably wouldn't even be running, to be honest with you.
279.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, though, I did laugh my balls off last night. Got to go see the new Jackass movie.
Be good.
Oh my god. Like, the fact that they're like almost 50 and still doing the stupid shit that they're doing is just insane.
Yeah.
Like Knoxville does the bull thing and just gets trucked by a bull and got completely knocked out unconscious, broke his wrist, broke ribs, concussion, like all kinds of brain problems, I guess, that are coming up from it now. It's just like, dude, when is enough enough?
I saw a clip the other day. Do you remember? Do you remember they did the big ass hand with the flour bags?
Oh, yes. Hilarious.
They did that again, and they hooked it up to
You're clear.
exercise
Inside.
bikes.
Clear.
And it was whoever
Have a
could
good
pedal the
job
fastest would
working
move
the
the hand
bottom.
back fast enough to punch the other
Two
guy off
inside.
the bike.
16.583.
Yeah,
You're
it's
clear.
just the
Clear.
stupidest shit
Clear
that
if
they
you need
come
it.
up with. I mean, they had one poor prick take a snake bite to the freaking lips. Like,
Idiots.
oh god.
Do you remember? Do you remember the Matchbox car and the rubber up the ass?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they go to the
God.
Russian doctor or whatever, and he has to take an X-ray of it.
Yes, that's
Oh.
hilarious.
And then the same dude, you remember he did he shit in the toilet at the hardware store with them all being on
Yeah, he's
display.
like, well, I want to try it out before I buy it. Took some fucking newspaper and shit. That is hilarious.
Oh, a bunch of 40-year-olds laughing their asses off about dumb shit from our 20s.
16.468.
It was good though. Me and my buddy were dying last night.
I made two
Oh.
mistakes in this race, and it has absolutely cost me.
Well, it doesn't help that we're sidetracking either.
Oh, no.
16.439.
Ain't bothering me now.
5 laps to go.
Yeah, this car is hard. I can't get a handle on these 305s.
I don't mind the
Not- not really
305s.
terrible, though.
16.3.
Believe it or not, they're pretty easy one-handed. I can't do anything above that. I just can't. The only problem with the 305s is if the track gets super slick and I get too much wheel in it, I can't bring it back.
16.443.
Right.
But I'll probably run Lime Rock here this week and see how I can do.
I would say because I don't get any of these oval
Good go.
tracks that they're running this week, so I'm probably gonna try to run a couple
Looking good.
touring if I can too, and then just help these guys practice Daytona, even though I'm not gonna run. But
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling Rob, I mean, if you guys need help for Daytona practice, let me know. I'll jump in a car and, you know, see what we can do, figure out.
yeah,
I battled back and forth.
yeah. Talk about the fall from
Few
grace. with the
more
green
laps, Kevin. I
car.
would have got you too. Good racing, everybody.
I'll tell you what, man, them freaking touring cars on the road courses, that thing gets addicting.
Great job.
I've
It's
not
just-
I've not
it's
ran
a
many
lot of
dirt
fun.
races, especially 305s, but this was a great race, guys. Thank you.
I just got so pissed last week at Oregon because, like, have the freaking lead and assholes that
That
can't
was a hell
drive,
of
they
a
just
race.
bury it into one and just dump you.
Like, I didn't pass anybody that was flipping or getting wrecked.
I would say, did anybody even wreck?
No, I
At
don't
all?
think so.
So are you guys running, are you guys going to run Friday night?
I don't know yet. What's Friday night?
FEG
That's the
again?
charity
No.
event.
Oh,
Oh
the charity
no,
event.
yeah, the charity. Yeah, I just haven't committed yet. I might if I'm got nothing going on.
I'm going to, only because, I don't know, I love St. Jude's. I think what they do for kids is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know,
it's
it
the
costs like
best.
$1 million a day to operate that thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that put a lot of money towards that, and it's just, I don't know, it's pretty amazing. You know, I think that's one thing that frustrates me with NASCAR. I used to love going to Memphis because I used to love when the kids would design the paint schemes for the cars.
Yep.
And, you know, like, that was one of the coolest things to me was to go to Memphis and they would let all the kids design the paint schemes for all the cars. And I remember the one we had in 08